Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm Todd Ronan, joined with Liz Cross, and we're here to work on our CTT for Monday morning. Liz, how are you feeling?
I'm great. Thank you.
If people want a direct CTT session with you, or if they want to book a reading, how would you suggest they go about doing that?
Oh, well, thank you. Of course, if you are on the Patreon, you get a heavy discount. If not, that's okay. You just go to psychiclizcross.com. So today I thought we would continue to work on our DNA, which stores trapped emotions, right? And oftentimes we are making decisions based upon these trapped emotions, and we have no idea like what those, emotions are. So I thought that's what we would work on today, if the group is happy with that.
I don't think you'll find any objections from this agreeable group.
All right. All right. So everybody had a good weekend and we're all ready to go.
A plug for me, if you're interested in remote viewing and you are a remote viewer and you want to do some practice, my target pool is the best thing out there. It has things that no other target pool has that will help you be a better remote viewer. You can join me at patreon.com/realityforecast, or if you're interested in taking a remote viewing course, it's 6 weeks. It seems accelerated because there's a lot to learn. It's 24 hours, and I think the next one starts in October when the next full moon begins. So if you're interested in getting in touch with me about that, remoteviewit@gmail.com is my address. I forgot the end part there, didn't I? But yes, let's work on things. So we're doing a CTT session, and to start that, you will be closing your eyes and you'll be repeating along with me after Liz talks, and you'll be tapping bilaterally. That would be with your wrist crossed, at your hands at your shoulders, kind of tapping on your triceps alternatively. And that helps remove the stress and the tension and the past life energy that exists within your kind of your whole body and your whole awareness system.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and open. I don't have anything to rant about this morning. Let's go ahead and open. And anything you want to add to the opening, Ronan?
I am okay. You want to turn off your internet? You sound a little bit garbled there.
Okay, yeah. My internet is getting worse by the moment. I swear. And where I am located, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of choice out here. So okay, let's go. Let's start. There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Fear.
Yeah, you're too garbled. Seems like it's a bit.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't pick
Too
up
garbled? That. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know why. All right, let's start. Knows how to.
There's some good spots and there's some bad spots in the house. We understand with the Wi-Fi.
So I'm getting okay. I've got, I'm okay on the bars.
Now you're better. Perfect.
Sorry about this. Is that better?
Yes, perfect. Right there.
Okay. There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
And an optimum Faraday cage.
And an optimum Faraday cage.
Protecting each one of us.
Protecting each one of us.
And also for empowerment.
And also for empowerment.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Feels good to start on a Monday morning before all the chaos sets in. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, we're going old school. We're doing George Duisman style. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
see, optimally recognize, and use
see, optimally recognize, and use
the treasures in and all around us.
the treasures in and all around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep joy now.
and deep joy now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay. And finally, I think this one was very powerful last week. So I thought, well, we'll incorporate it into our regular tapping group. So this is going to be activation of the spirit teams in order to facilitate, the transmutation, and also to take away the white light. Sorry, not take away the white light, to take away the dark energy, transmute it, and to replace it with white light energy. Okay. Excuse me. All right, let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the activation of our white light spirit teams
the activation of our white light spirit team
in order to safely dispose
in order to safely dispose
and transmute any dark energy
any dark energy
that we remove from ourselves
that we remove from ourselves
and to protect us
and to protect us
with white light.
with white light.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay. All right. So let's get to work. We're going to work on trapped emotions. And the reason I came across the trapped emotions, not only from doing our session last week, but towards the end of last week, I actually sat in on a session for somebody that was using the emotion code. And the emotion code is a system whereby it releases trapped emotions in combination with muscle testing. It's very long-winded to go into. If you are interested in it, There's a lot of information out there on the internet. There's books about it, there's audio books, and I'm sure there's probably videos on YouTube about these untrapping, or getting rid of these emotions that trap us. And what is so interesting is when I was doing the emotion code with this person, where I was sitting in on the session, it was so fast and I could feel it, like bang, bang, bang. So even though she was working on somebody else, I could actually feel the shifts like immediately. So she's going down the columns, working her way through all these different difficult emotions. Do they feel grief? Do they feel sadness? Do they feel this? Do they feel that? Do they feel rejected? Do they feel? It was very interesting. And so I thought, well, that's kind of like what we were doing, but CTT style. But maybe we need to verbalize the fact that we are going to, get rid of these trapped emotions that are standing in our way of making good decisions. Making, we have so many blocks in our lives, right? So let's work on that. So now we're going to manifest. We're going to do affirmation tail ender style. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There is a part of all involved that knows how to
easily and joyfully release
easily and joyfully release
any trapped negative emotions
any trapped negative emotion
that is stored within our DNA,
that is stored within our DNA,
in our cell memory,
in our soul memory,
and cellular memory,
in our cellular memory,
in our subconscious,
in our subconscious,
and also our conscious minds.
and also our conscious and unconscious mind.
Yeah. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. I already felt a shift. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly did. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay. What did you guys come across during that round of tapping?
I came across this memory of a past life where, well, I don't know if it's a past life, but just a lot of different past lives of being sad about dying and alone. And then I got this whirlpool of energy pulling that negativity away. But it wasn't a whirlpool like water. It was more like a technology whirlpool, like a pulsar pulling it away.
Well, so what would that indicate? Like, almost like it's what I'm picking up on with that is almost like it's too much, right? Where it's almost like a fear of releasing so much energy into the universe. I think that what you've uncovered with that vision is that we are about to do like massive things, and we have so many trapped emotions within ourselves. I think that's what that represents. Does that sound fair to you?
Sure. It's monumental.
Yeah.
Because it's not just
It's
this life that we think we have the trauma from. It's multiple, many past lives that we're pulling away and stripping and healing.
Yes. Absolutely. And that's what's stored in our DNA, right? It's there in the DNA. That's where we carry those past life experiences with us, as well as the soul. But you have to be able to affect this lifetime, right? So, how do we do that? Because the soul is separate to the body, even though it's in the body. The conscious mind is relatively separate, even though it's in the body. I mean, if you break all these things down into component parts, it's all separate. But somehow the soul has to put that memory imprint into this lifetime in order to attract the design plan that you have made for your life here on the earth plane now. And so they do that by, putting those trapped emotions. Because listen, when you go back and you do the CTT in the past lives, right? The events are terrible, yes, but what sticks with the soul is how you feel about it. Just remember, everything that you do is when you cross over into the spirit world, it's all about how you felt, how you made other people feel, how you witnessed or you felt about other situations, even though you weren't directly experiencing them. It's all about how you feel. And that's what we take with us. And then when we reincarnate, the soul will imprint those feelings back into the DNA. The DNA replicates, right? The cells replicate, and here you go. Now you've got a body growing with all these cellular memories or these soul memories within the DNA. And then this lifetime, the and I'm just getting this freestyle right now from Spirit, right? This isn't Liz talking from her knowledge. Spirit's giving me all this right now. And then when our cells, so we have to store our memories and our emotions from this lifetime. So that goes in the cellular membrane, right? That goes in sort of the outer body of the cell. And the soul memory or the past life memories are in the DNA. Does that make sense?
I see
Because
it as
that's
tree
what it's on.
rings. Yeah. So, the bark is the cellular memory, and the center of the tree is our source. And you get to
Mhm.
see around those rings when you core a tree where the impact was, where the fire was, where the trauma was. But it's recorded in that.
Right. So exactly. Yeah. So let's work on releasing those emotions. So we manifested to sort of release those. Now I'm coming across the blockages that are standing in our way of that release. So I'm just going to give you what spirit gives me and we'll follow along. Okay, let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There is a part of all involved that knows how to
easily and joyfully. Oh, sorry, scratch that. Sorry. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
there's a part of all involved that knows how to
let go and heal
let go and heal
all of these blockages
all of these blockages
that are standing in the way
that are standing in the way
of all of us releasing
of all of us releasing
our negative past life and present life emotions.
our negative past life and present life emotions.
I can't do this.
I can't do this.
What will happen if I try to do this?
What will happen if I try to do this?
This sounds like darkness.
This sounds like darkness, madness.
Madness. Yes, absolutely. What if I release rage?
What if I release rage? What if I hurt someone I love?
Yes. What if I hurt someone I love? I got that one too. What else?
I need this to be complete.
I need this to be complete. I cannot live without this.
I cannot live without this.
This may make too many changes to my life.
This may make and create too many changes to my life.
I don't know if I can handle those positive changes.
I don't know if I can handle those positive changes.
I'm restructuring my whole existence.
I am restructuring my whole existence.
And I'm not sure if I should be doing that.
I'm not sure if I should be doing that or toying with that.
We're toying with that. Anything else?
These are a part of me.
This is how I was built. This is my framework.
This is how I was built. This is my framework.
Anything else?
No.
All right. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Fabulous. How's everybody feeling? I feel lighter already. How are you guys feeling?
We'll have to probe them all individually because they're not answering. So you can type in the chat how you feel or just think it and we'll hear your thoughts.
Is there anything that you guys came across? Oh, saw an image of your mom. Ooh, I feel lighter too as well. I feel pressure on the top of my head. That's okay. Pressure on the top of your head is okay. That is an indication of rewiring. Bottom of feet tingle. That's good. I feel like that's just getting in tune with the energy. Let's see. Miss Linda's not feeling anything at the moment. Ooh, okay. Myself when I was a teenager. So what I feel is coming up are, okay, I don't know if you'll agree, but this is what's coming up for me, is that people that were responsible for imprinting some of these very bad early cellular memories into our body, into our framework, it seems like that is coming up for everybody. Okay. Now, we all know nobody's perfect. Parenting is difficult. It's really hard. But sometimes, you know, parents behave in a way that causes us harm unnecessarily. You know, as children, we fully rely upon our parents. We love our parents and just so much. It's insane how much we love our parents, right? And we're constantly looking for approval from our parents, and then our parents can turn around and do or say something that leaves, you know, it leaves this element of self-doubt, you know, low self-esteem. And when that happens, because we're such emotional beings when we are born, right? Because when we're born, most of the time, I mean, unless you have colic and, you know, the typical baby problems, you're not feeling well, babies are always just smiley, 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 aren't they? Kids are just inherently, they're just happy. But over time, what happens is they're constantly faced with those negative experiences or those negative words or those negative events, traumatic events. It doesn't matter how small or insignificant they may be to us as adults. As a child, that foundation is being laid down. So that is what is coming up very close, very strongly here for me today. I mean, it's even so much as and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, even in a CTT session, I've uncovered one of the most traumatic experiences that somebody felt as a child was losing their balloon, right? Losing their balloon. Now, as an adult, we're like, oh, I'm sorry. But as a child, this was so traumatic for them that it took a piece of their soul puzzle right there. And that's what happens every time we experience these traumatic events in this lifetime or past lifetimes. It's taking a piece of our soul puzzle and it's replacing it with a dark emotion, right? That's what we're trying to clear out. And what happens is you start losing your soul over time. You know, when you're in a job or you're doing something and it's very unfulfilled, you don't feel, like you're contributing positively to your soul. You don't know why, you just know that something's wrong, right? That's because if you heard the term, this job is soul destroying, that's why. It's actually a very accurate phrase to say this job is soul destroying, because that's what it's doing. You're dropping little elements of your soul, and they may be microscopic elements, but if you keep dropping those on your timeline, right, and you're not doing anything to heal yourself, well, then you're going to be filled with all of these trapped emotions. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that?
Yeah, and I was just wondering, because it affects children so much, the cartoon indoctrination that happens now, how traumatized will the children be versus the adults in the room that were traumatized in their youth? But they're subject to so many more visual experiences and visual emotionally triggering experiences. I wonder how that's going to affect them.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when I've looked into the CTT past life, experiences, the soul has lived so long without technology, TV, computers, phones, whatever it is.
Right.
The soul doesn't know how to connect with the conscious mind anymore. So we're becoming more and more disconnected through technology. And that's a pretty scary thing. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but because I don't know what the outcome is going to be of that. That's probably worth a probe. But we're definitely moving into this other direction of where, oh, well, we don't really need our soul anymore because we've got technology. And the soul doesn't know how to compete with technology. The soul is very stuck in all of these thousands of lifetimes that we've had where we didn't have technology. That's how the soul knows how to function. Now with technology, it doesn't know how to function with it. So with this repeated exposure, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, and you know this about me, okay? I do not allow my kids on iPads, smartphones, video game consoles, right? None of that, okay? We've doubled down, tripled down on the internet servers, okay? You have to go through all these hoops just to access, even if it's something like non-Disney related. And even Disney's a little warped sometimes. But we've doubled down, tripled down. And with smartphones, you may think that you have all these controls, these parental controls on there. Listen, these kids know how to get around it. They know how to disable the Wi-Fi. They know how to have a spoof app. They're called spoof apps on the phones where they can make phone calls to people or text people that you don't want them texting or phoning. All you're doing is allowing darkness to access your children 24 hours a day, right? That's how it is. I'm not saying it's necessarily happening, but it's like opening that portal for it to come in, that door. Here you go. I'm opening the door. I'm going to give my kid these iPads, these video game consoles, all of this. And yes, I know parenting is hard, and I know it makes life easier, and I know like it gives you 5 minutes peace, but in the end, if your child has been compromised in some way, I don't think that is worth it. So we just deal with it that way. So yeah, you're right about that, and I think that we are going to see a whole slew of psychological and mental disorders, new ones, apart from all the hundreds and however many we already have. I think we're going to see more and more distortions, mental illness, things like that. And I feel like that's all going to be as a result of just giving unfettered access to this material. Uh, and the reason I come to that point is just because I do CTT so much on people. I'm doing CTT on 21-year-old boys and girls that are in their parents' basement and they're totally addicted to the computer, and their brain has been so solidified with these terrible addictive pathways and the exposure to all these negative things, right? That it could take 10 to 20 CTT sessions just to unravel their brain, right? And when they get to that age, it's too late. You guys are fighting a losing battle. You've got to cut it off right then and there from birth. No iPads, no cell phones, right? Okay, TV is structured and monitored. You got to be careful if you're just letting them sit there watching YouTube. No video game consoles. I do not allow that in my house. Absolutely not. No way, no how. They need to learn how to function in the real world and not in the virtual world. But that's just me. I have a very strong stance on that. Anyway, yes, I do allow my child to go onto the computer. You've all seen him on Discord anyway. However, he has to because of his schoolwork. But again, I do not allow computers in bedrooms, okay,
Good plan.
or
Yeah.
locked away. I do not allow that. I listen. I'm the meanest mommy in the world, right? and
They need
and
their sleep. Kids don't understand how much sleep they need.
yeah, and I wear that badge with pride. So no computers in bedrooms, right? Okay, he's on the computer, but he's at the dining room table in our house, which is an open plan, and we're sitting there watching what he's doing.
All
So
right. Back to the trap
that's how
emotions.
you have to, yeah, that's how you have to play that, right? So that was a very good point. Save your kids now. Anyway, I know that was a bit of a rant. I have to go on a rant on a Monday, but it's true. Just from doing the CTT, I'm trying to clean up the mess of a 21-year-old who has been allowed to sit on these devices since the age of 4, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how much of a mess that has created in their brain? They can't even function. So yeah, so releasing these trapped emotions, what I got was, this may ruin my spiritual path. That's what I got left over on that one. And the reason that came through, which was, this may ruin my spiritual path, it's because we think with our conscious minds, and our conscious minds are relatively like low IQ compared to the soul, right? And the subconscious. But it's like we've already got in our conscious minds this predetermined where we think we are going with our spiritual path. And the reality is we actually have no idea. So let's tap that. We think that we're ruining our spiritual path. And also let's tap to release, to get our freedom from those that intentionally or unintentionally harmed us in whatever way as children, that laid down these trapped emotions within us. Okay. And then anything else that crops up. All right, let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
All of these trapped emotions
All of these trapped emotions
that were laid down within us
that were laid down within us
in a negative way
in a negative way
from birth,
from birth,
all the way through our childhood
all the way through our childhood and adolescence.
and adolescence. Oh my God, that's so important. And adolescence. We think we are ruining our spiritual path
We think we are ruining our spiritual path
by releasing all of this anger,
by releasing all of this anger,
this sadness,
this sadness,
low self-esteem,
this low self-esteem,
poor decisions,
poor decisions,
being bad judges of character.
being bad judges of character,
Anything else?
being harmed against my will,
Being harmed against my will, verbally, emotionally, physically.
verbally, emotionally, and physically, and spiritually.
And spiritually, they stole my joy,
They stole my joy.
and I can never get that back.
I can never get that back. I'm chasing the next high
I'm chasing the next high to bury these bad emotions,
the very deep, sad emotion,
to bury these deep emotions.
to bury these emotions.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Wow, that was a huge, huge shift. That was huge. Did you guys feel that?
Yeah, I felt a lot of heat coming off that time.
Do you know what? I did too. I've like my forehead is burning.
Mhm.
It's weird. I've never felt that before. My forehead is burning. Okay, let me go into that feeling. Why are we burning? It's like the anger. It's burning anger within us that we were allowed, or sorry, that people were allowed to treat us or impact us in a negative way. Okay, so we transmute. See, we do our own transmutation, right? So somebody says to us, you know, I'm very angry with you, right? So there you go. That negative emotion is projected towards us, like I'm talking about as a child, right? Negative emotion projected towards us. And what we do is we transmute, right? We have a little transmutation machine inside of us. We transmute that into, I'm not good enough, right? And we transmute a lot of this into anger. Anger. I'm powerless. I have no control. I have to rely upon these people. These people hurt me repeatedly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we internalize that and then create,
Mhm.
a chip about it, and that chip just grows and grows and grows that we don't really process.
Absolutely. So I'm getting that burning sensation and I feel it very strongly. I don't know if you guys feel it as well. Ronan, where are you burning? Where did you feel that?
I sit on my shoulders in the back of my head.
Yeah, which is where you get a lot of your psychic information coming in, right? You take in your psychic information on your chest area. I take in psychic information through my forehead. Wow. Okay, that's very telling, right? That also says to me that as we are releasing this anger, this burning anger, this fury, as we're releasing it, we're opening ourselves up, because look at the points that it's being released. Most of the time when you're doing this kind of tapping work or energy release, it's coming out of the mouth. But here we go. This is the first time I felt it coming out of my third eye area, and you with your psychic abilities on your chest and shoulder area. That's huge, guys. That is huge. Are any of you feeling that burning sensation? There you go. Your shoulders are burning. Feel swirling energy. My chest feels lighter. Excellent. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, it feels like a sunburn. That's what I felt. I felt like my forehead is sunburned. Okay. Let's release that anger. Oh, are you there?
Yeah, I thought I lost you for a second. Okay.
Sorry. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal
let go and heal
all of this burning anger,
all of this burning anger, this burning fury.
this burning fury. We were powerless.
We were powerless.
We relied upon people to take care of us.
We relied on people to take care of us.
That impacted us in a negative way.
That impacted us in a negative way.
Oh God, that was huge. I just felt that lift off. Anything else? That was massive, guys. All right. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right, that was huge. Did you feel that?
Hey, I get this imagery of like a snake skin, like the snake sheds its skin. So I got that sleeve of like decayed skin there next to it. Like it was shimmying out.
Exactly. We're dropping the framework, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing. Good grief. This is another powerful one again today. Okay, now my third eye is buzzing. I felt that release. My forehead feels cool again. Okay, so I think at this point, unless anybody has anything residual, I think we should close and fill in the space.
Okay.
All right, let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Optimum guidance.
Optimum guidance.
Positive emotional fulfillment.
Positive emotional fulfillment.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
White light.
White light.
And self-love.
And self-love.
In all of those wonderful spaces we just opened up.
In all of those wonderful spaces that we have just opened up.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. And we're asking our spirit teams to transmute all of that dark energy into white light energy back into the universe. through their transmutation machine in the spirit world. Good karma release back in. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Wow, that was huge. Okay, well, thank you. If you want to stop the recording, Ronan, that would be great.
There we go. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next time, and now we'll stand by for some questions. Have a great week.